All right, my name is Nicholas Wilson. I'm going to present my servant leadership implementation plan. So what is servant leadership? As described by Robert Greenleaf, the servant leader is a servant first. It begins with a natural feeling that one wants to serve or to serve first. Then the conscious decision brings one to aspire to lead versus one who is a leader first. The best test and difficult to administer, as Mr. Greenleaf describes, is do the served grow as persons and then become more likely themselves to become the servant first. What this is, there's the graph here that shows that a servant leader is helping others and helping self and finding the continuum in there for the servant leadership portion. Helping others to become the best version of themselves that they can be is kind of what servant leadership is about. What are the benefits of servant leadership? In his book, Adam Grant, in the book Give and Take, an organizational psychologist Adam Grant suggests that servant leaders are not only more highly regarded than others by their employees, but they feel better about themselves at the end of the day, as well as are more productive. The servant leaders are beneficiaries of knowledge that make them more effective, more connected, and more productive. And this really comes from the passion for their work, the caring of the employee as a person, as well as their success in the business as well. Benefits of the servant leader: employees tend to be more engaged. You have more improved productivity. Happy staff typically results in a happy customer. Employee retention has decreased. As turnover decreases, there's less costs associated with training new employees. In healthcare, the cost associated with not retaining an employee and having to return that position is about $40,000 to $60,000. So there's certainly benefit from a financial standpoint in employee retention and then employee engagement as well. By meeting a person's legitimate needs, influence is earned by the leader, which in turn builds the trust of the teamwork in the organization. Trust and teamwork are key ingredients in high-performing organizations, as we know. So servant leadership implementation, what does a servant leader do? First off, they listen. They hear what's being said as well as not being said, so certainly verbal and nonverbal communication is important in that. They empower others by giving them opportunities to lead, so succession planning is important in training the next leader. The attitude is positive and contagious. They have a desire to seek honest feedback because it builds trust. Escalates issues, solve problems quickly. This means that the leader doesn't let issues lie, that they take quick action. Resolve to get the best results. This just means that the servant leader really sees ideas through and sees issues through to resolution. And then serve because it gives you the ability to influence. So it's really about caring for the employee or caring for the customer deeply. Implementation of servant leadership at our organization, a couple of things that we've done and some opportunities that we have to improve as well. Daily MDI huddles, that's really an opportunity for staff to give feedback about what works well, what doesn't, opportunities for them to make ideas or suggestions to be more successful. What can we do better? What do we need to be more successful? And then accountability built into that and measuring daily metrics. Again, discussion about how do we perform well. If we didn't perform well, how do we do better? Where do we miss opportunities? Where do those lie? Along with that is leader rounding with direct reports. So this is an opportunity for a servant leader to connect with the employee. Again, asking some very similar questions on what do you need to be successful? What can I do to make your job easier? Is there anything that hinders your work? And importantly, what's one thing that we as an organization can do better? Weekly coaching meetings with direct report supervisory staff. Again, this is sort of succession planning, updating them on goals for the week, how are we performing now, then opportunities for growth, allowing them to take some additional responsibilities, and then again, building leaders for the future. Reward and recognition, importantly in this part, I think it must be genuine. Recognition can be done facility-wide at weekly meetings with hospital leaders, also could be daily huddle recognitions. Additionally, personal notes mailed to the employee's home, employee of the month program, and then celebrating the success of the unit, and that may be meeting quality metrics, productivity indicators, weekly metrics, anything along those lines that we can celebrate, really making those wins powerful, and connecting them with stories just to show the caring aspect of what we do. And then finally, spending time on the unit. Staying abreast of your clinical skills as a leader is important. That allows staff to understand that you understand the work uniquely, that you're not disconnected, that you understand the challenges and the opportunities that lie in their work as well. It's really about connecting with the employee where they're at, caring for them, ensuring that they have what they need to do their job well. So how do we sustain as a servant leader? This is important because to have this kind of culture, you must sustain the leader to be able to sustain the culture as well. So taking time for yourself, and that could be taking a vacation or taking a day off. It's important to regroup and replenish yourself. Read something that you enjoy. Many great leaders in the modern era were avid readers. It inspires creativity, really to see the big picture. And then having others to sustain you. This could be family members, friends, coworkers. And then also at work, having mentors and strong peer relationships are important. To remain effective, a leader must be a person of great character and integrity and must have a daily commitment to leading by serving. And then how do we measure success from a servant leadership standpoint? In healthcare, it's certainly patient satisfaction scores, employee engagement, exit interviews, and turnover rates as well. So really servant leadership goes hand in hand with the healthcare field. Nursing in general is caring, servant leadership is caring at the core. It's caring not only about your peers, your employees, but as yourself as well. So thank you for your time. I appreciate this opportunity.